right, welcome to the hour time frame for TQQQ. If you're a day trader, you may want to start your markups here. All right, because you're going to see more movement. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Let's get some of this where we can see it. And I don't want to go out too far because I do want to keep an eye on this institutional candle that is here. So this candle right here. That's a candle moved by the institutions that pretty much move the market. So that's the banks, that's the hedge funds, that's the countries, that's the institutional traders. That's not people like me and you. These are not people that have a couple $100 or maybe even a couple $1,000 in the market. You need billions, millions and billions of dollars to make a movement like this. So that's not us, but we can follow that movement and we can use that to predict what may happen over here. So we've just gone an aftermarket. So institutional candles or candles like that have very large movements. Think of it as a house of cards or Jenga. Usually if one piece is standing by itself, it's hard for it to do that. It needs other pieces to take some of the weight. So think of it as on one side you have an imbalanced candle. On the side that has not yet occurred, meaning here, all this area, something has to balance that candle, meaning prop it up. So think of the choppiness you see all over here. So you don't see straight lines. You see a lot of little candles mixed with some big candles. That's normal. This is the movement being balanced out. And with that being said, there's nothing here on this side to balance this movement. This needs to be balanced out. So based on what we see, we are looking for a fall down to this level. Now, why? Well, we have a movement up, so we have a rise going up here. We have consolidation, 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 consolidation. Guess what? More consolidation. Now, you may be getting a fall here, but if you're day trading, you want to make sure before you jump in the market, you are pretty certain which way it's going to go. With that being said, you know what you got to do. You probably want to go to a smaller time frame. But now you have an idea of what you are actually looking at. And let's see if we can give it even more. Here we go. So at the very top here, you'll notice, let's change that so it can be even more noticeable. Even though you're consolidating, the trend for your consolidation is going down. That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. So let's see. Actually, let's leave it there. We're going to go to the, let's go to the 15-minute time frame coming up next. Hold on. All right, welcome to the 15-minute time frame. If you're a day trader, this may be one of your favorite time frames to use. But we're going to go into some information that can help you for the next situation if you're watching TQQQ or any other stock, because some things that you may miss in higher time frames may actually become very clear to you on smaller time frames. So what we're going to do, because we are starting on a Monday trade, we're going to look on Friday. Why? Because there's going to be information there to help us for our next situation. So if you notice, the background of the chart has a couple different colors. Well, let's start right here on this one. See this bluish area from here to here? This area is a aftermarket for Wednesday, because last week we had a short week, so this is aftermarket for Wednesday. We then went into pre-market on this yellowish or goldish area here on Friday. So we started there, pre-market went down to here. All right, this area that has the black background, this is the regular trading time from 9:30 to about 4 p.m. All right, we then went into aftermarket for Friday evening. And then we went into pre-market for Monday morning, which was today. After pre-market, we also did the same thing, same routine. This goes over and over again. We went to all of this area here, which is 9:30 to 4. That's our regular trading time. And we are currently in aftermarket, where it's pretty flat, right there. So let's see what information we can gather that can prepare us for our next situation. One of the things I want to point out is a gap. So a gap is an area where there is no price action. Nothing has occurred. So we had a gap from the pre-market of Friday when, let me fix that. The aftermarket of Friday and into the pre-market of Monday. When pre-market opened on Monday, it did not start where it finished on Friday. It gapped down to this area here, creating an area where there is no price action. And just like we talked about the imbalanced candles or institutional candles, these areas need to be filled up. It needs to be either choppy or just think of it as they don't want any blank space on charts. Something has to come back and fill that area. So what happened? When pre-market opened, it was not a lot of movement. It just pretty much consolidated. When the market opened, almost immediately, let's say, 9:30, it shot up and it closed the gap from Friday afternoon. It then continued on its way down. Consolidation, down. Rise, consolidation. That was the entire day in a 15-minute time frame. Now, this can be useful. Why? Because you can use this information right here to mark up something that can be useful to you. So let's put a line right there. That was our pre-market, or should I say our post-market. There we go. Our post-market high. So our post-market high was useful to us. Why? Because we can now use that as an area of support and resistance. Going into this, you need to understand that nothing is going to be perfect. Nothing is a laser. It is all about areas and zones and percentages when you're talking about investing and trading. This is just an area that price did not want to go to. It rejected off. Now, if you go to your pre-market low, it would be there. It then came here. You could use this area here as an entry point. It does not mean that every time you see an opportunity, it will play out. Because if you get in there, that's a wick. Now you have to wait for these candles to close. Here, that could have been a fake out. It went up. But if you start learning these candle patterns, you'll notice these are very important to you.